Okay.
If this doesn't act right, we are still going to go. It says it's preparing.
Let
As a
me get
mind.
some music.
Go ahead.
That's okay, Sybil. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. I'll let you know when we're live. Let me get this name right.
Okay. I'm going to shift over.
No. That's not what we're doing.
How's your family, Dorothy?
Everybody is good. Currently, I am
Yeah, if you can afford it, if you can afford it, I'm a big believer in if you can afford it, as long as you have made provisions for other things in your life, you are keeping on top of your bills, you're paying your rent, you're paying your mortgage, you're giving your children a good standard of living. When you can pay for your children to go to a good private school or good standard of school, and you choose not to do that, but you choose to adorn yourself with all of the things that you can, give to somebody else or put aside for your future, have your extra extensions if you must have your extra extensions, but not at the expense of paying your bills, not at the expense of you saving. It doesn't make sense going to the salon every weekend to get your nails done when you can get it done at home. Do all of these things. I am not against it, because sometimes when I speak about it, it's almost because you don't wear those things. Therefore, my nails are done. I'm in the middle of doing my nails right now. My nail polish is here. It normally takes me 3 days to do my nail because I'm a busy mom, and I have my hands in water. But my nails are here. I eat well. My nails grow naturally. There are no false nails on it, and I do my own nails. Something as simple as that. It costs women a lot of money to keep themselves looking well, and they go and pay other people to do it. But even paying other people and doing that constantly without thinking about the future, this YOLO, you only live once kind of, lifestyle. Well, yes, we only live once, but there is going to be a tomorrow and a tomorrow after that. So it's just wanting to look good, but not actually really thinking about, the ramifications of it. It's wanting to look good all the time and not thinking, what am I putting aside for the future? That's what I think.
yeah. We do look, we do want to look good, and there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing
And
wrong.
not speaking against anybody who go gets pedicure or manicure on a regular basis. They believe that they just, people say, I hear it, that, I deserve it. I need some me time. But for you, you're stepping outside and you're saying, that's fine. You can do that. But if you're looking for some extra money, if you're saying, I want to go and I want a trip to, Florida for, a week with the kids, if you just stop doing the nails and the manicure, by the time you want to take the trip, you may have the money for one part of the trip. You may be able to, afford the hotel for the week. You may be able to afford the rental car, whatever it is. But we do have money. There's something that's called discretionary money, and when we want it, we'll dig into for it,
Yeah.
for whatever reasons.
Yeah.
And I guess, I'm getting, it's just, how bad do you want it?
Yeah.
We say we want some things, but we need to invest in ourselves that's going to have a return.
Yes.
Learning about how we should manage our money, how we should take care of it,
Yeah.
and not not glorify it.
Yeah.
It's a vehicle to use in order to pay our rent, to pay our bills, to pay our mortgage,
Yeah.
to have a peaceful life.
Yeah.
Some of us who have no peace because we don't have the finances coming in. So,
I mean, one of the things that I also do, Dorothea, is that when I work with clients and we're talking about what they've got coming in so that they can start to put something away, you know, when I work with them on their budget, you know, I call it a financial blueprint, really, but it's the same thing as a budget. We work in 3 sections. You know, we divide what you have in 3 sections. And one of the sections of your budget is those necessities, the things you must do. You can't escape it. The contracts you have that you signed up to, you can't escape it unless you end those contracts with some sort of penalty, or the contracts come to a natural end. Now, another section within the budget that I'm very, very, very keen on is that section called the feel good, the wants, the desires, the luxuries. It's important that that's included in the budget, so that when you are doing those things that you feel like doing, that makes you feel good, whether it's the manicure or the pedicure, you have set aside something for it. So therefore, then everything you do makes sense. And then you'll have another section for your savings and your investment. So therefore, you are a lot more well-rounded with your finance. So you're not feeling like, oh, I'm just working and paying bills all the time. I don't even have anything for myself. I always make sure that section is looked after. Only that section has to be the smallest section out of all of these sections when you apportion your money.
I love it. We hate the word budget. Oh my goodness. That is a curse word to some. Budget. Yeah. I don't want a budget. But I love the term financial blueprint. Yeah. So for those of us who are watching this podcast here, I want us to begin to incorporate that terminology. Deborah, that was awesome. Financial blueprint. Because I'm telling you, when people get so rattled, so nervous, the fact budget, it's like the word diet. We don't want to use the word diet. So now it's, a lifestyle change. This is awesome, you all. A financial blueprint. Sounds easier. I think that's easier to swallow than budget, where you're constricted, where you're conformed, where you have no wiggle room. You believe that you don't. But so, I am going to ask the last question. Yeah. And I'm just excited because the information that you bring to everybody, you don't hold back because of your walk and the things that you've gone through. You have Sawyer's House. Can you talk about Sawyer's House a little bit? Can you talk about the children's book a little bit? And then I want to know what's next for Deborah. What's next for Sawyer's House?
Okay, thank you. Okay, so a bit more about Sawyer's House. Sawyer's House really is, the name comes from my maiden name, which is Sawyer. And I wanted to become a household name. So therefore, Sawyer's House, household name, that is where the thinking is. It's something that I want to extend beyond my location. And I do that through the online space, but I also want to do it more physically, offline as well, and extend it beyond, the UK. Specifically though, Africa, African really, really needs it. But right now, there's a distraction with, all sorts of other things that we won't go into: politics, healthcare, resources, infrastructure, all those things. But they still need financial education. They spend money all the time. And, African kids, they're very smart. They're smart like just like any other child around the world. So I really want to take Sawyer's House further afield, to those parts of the world where they would not necessarily think about it, but where I think it's really important for them to have it. I just continuously work on on the brand. I put the work in every single day. I'm always happy to, network with other businesses, other brands. As far as the book is concerned, I have 3 books. So I have Play Your Cards Right, which we spoke about already, which is for the kids. And the book is really a self-help book. It's a workbook with, sections in it where the kids can scribble on it. It comes with a set of 6 flashcards. So the 6 concepts are in the book with a set of 6 flashcards corresponding with the 6 concepts in the book. And the book is designed for parents to be able to start teaching their kids at home about finance. And actually, it's the foundation for financial education for anyone, whether you're a child or an adult. If you actually just sneak into the bathroom and look at the book yourself as an adult, you'll find that you find some things that are useful for you as well as an adult. But it's there for the parent, child, the guardian, the teacher, and the child to work together in stages, not rushed, but in stages. So that's the kids' book. I also have a book, which is another self-help book designed with women in mind who have been through domestic abuse, and talking more on the financial side of things rather than this is my story, this is what happened to me. So, for instance, in the book, one of the chapters is called Safety and Sanity, which is an interesting chapter to read. I needed to be safe as a woman, and I needed to keep my sanity. And finance played a role in that, where, my own story is concerned. So the future for Sawyerr's House is, certainly I want to delve more into the fintech area, work with, brands, up-and-coming brands or established brands within the financial technology sector or industry. We have a lot of money apps out there, a lot of money games. And so, I'll be interested in working with, those people and financial institutions as well. I don't see any reason why financial institutions should lend money to people and give loans out and not teach them about financial education. They can have someone on the side who makes those customers who come in understand that, this is what finance is about. You need to be smart, not just give you the money, a bit more responsibility.
In the United States, there was just an article the other day where a teacher had said, we need to get back to home economics.
Oh, yes.
And in the States, that's gone. That used to be a subject, that used to be a topic. There were classes where you learned about checkbooking. I'm dating myself. You all hang in. But, before the debit card came about, you learned how to balance the checkbook. You learned how to open up a banking account. As I remember class, we actually went to a bank and opened up a savings account, of course, with the permission of your parent. But my point is this: a teacher just said, a young girl, in her late 20s or so, she said, we need to be teaching in the schools about money, about finances. We have gotten out of that. And that's so super important. That point that you make is that we need this in the schools. We need to be teaching children so that they won't have this, mentality of, let's be honest, microwave society. And like you said earlier, everything right now. I want it, I'm getting it. Not thinking about the in-between. There's a process. You spend the money that you have on this, you can't get this later. If there's a process, save the money and you'll be able to get it later. But we're in this microwave right now. I want it right now. I'm not thinking about the consequences of our rushing and wanting and the right now. And it's unfortunate because it trickles down, from the adults to the children, and the cycle that continues.
Yeah.
So Sawyerr House, 5 years from now, what's it like?
Sawyerr's House, 5 years from now. It would have taught probably. I'm hoping. I plan. What's the right word to use, Dorothea?
It will be. That's the right words. Go ahead.
5 years from now, it will be a household name. It would have taught at least 5,000 young children and young adults about financial education. Right now we are at 270. So the aim is to teach at least 5,000, if not more, by that time. And there'll be more of it out there in the public domain. Sawyer's House. Who hasn't heard of Sawyer's House? That's what I would want it to be.
Absolutely. And I know it's going to come because of your push, your energy. You bring life into what it is that you do. From when we met, it's a couple of years ago now, your
Yes.
energy has not diminished. Your attitude has not diminished. You are true to this. You want to teach children, adults, young adults, all ages, all peoples, about the importance of finances. And, not to step outside of any one culture, but there are certain cultures where that wasn't taught. There are certain cultures where that was just not on the forefront of people's mind. There were some other worries in the land, so to speak, that, we'll get it. But now that you are here and your programming, your books, your energy, like I said, you need to follow her. When she gets on and she plays the music, I cannot but join in with the movement. I can't do what she does, I can't, but I see her and the energy just flows. And so I know that your clients are so, blessed by you and that they feel the energy as well. You shared with us how we can get in contact with you. I want everybody to follow Deborah Sawyerr of Sawyer's House. How can we get connected? I'll make sure that all of the information goes into the comments so that people can follow you. Listen, you all, it's important. Finances, it's just not something just to spend, and have a good time. The old folks will say you got to save something for the rainy day. You got to put something away for the rainy day. And let's be honest, do we really do that? And aggressively.
Yeah.
And aggressively. Here in the States, there was a government shutdown.
Yeah.
People were going off the wall.
Yes.
People weren't getting paid.
Yeah.
And it was unfortunate. So out of this government shutdown that somewhat sort of kind of redeveloped itself and where people are getting paid, I hope that the lesson, including me, that we have to put some money away. We've got to learn about finances. So I want to thank you so much for saying yes, because guess what? Your yes will always cost you something. So I thank you for your time.
Thank you.
And I thank you for your information. And girl, I love who you are. Could you please just tell us where we can connect with you and the links to your books, and how can we get into your programs?
Okay, so the best place to connect with me, I'll give you two. First of all, I'm Googleable. So if you Google Sawyer's House, every single place where you can connect with me, you will find it in the first page. Just Google Sawyer's House and you can pick your choice as to where you can find me on social media. However, the place where I am the most busiest, where you will find all my products, my goods, my services, will be on Facebook, which is Sawyer's House as well. So www.facebook.com/Sawyer's House is all one word. But just Google, you'll find me. Thank you.
Thank you so very much for your yes. Listen, this has been Strategic Access Podcast, and my guest today was Deborah Sawyerr of Sawyer's House. I am so thrilled to have had her on. We learned a lot this afternoon. We went and gained a lot of information that's going to propel us to our next level. So I'm signing out for right now. Thank you so very much, Deborah, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.